Timothy, what happened on that sequence leading into the McLean goal last night?
Obviously, he got out of the penalty box, and we kind of lost him there, and puck went out right to him. So, fortunate. Got to be more aware, obviously.
Coach wasn't happy. Did he convey that to you?
No, but I think it's kind of I know I need to be aware of that, so he doesn't need to tell me that stuff.
Did you just lose track of the clock there? Did you know how close it was to ending?
Yeah, I was kind of just focusing on the puck, and yeah, obviously lost him. So.
What's Sammy banging his stick or whatever?
What's that?
Sammy banging his stick at the end to let you know the penalty was in.
I don't know. I said I wasn't aware of it, so if I knew, I would have been there. So.
What's it like when there's kind of half of the two units out there together? What's that? Because you don't practice in that way. What's it like? Or is there no difference?
No difference, really. I think at the end of the power play, just try and get the puck in the zone, and obviously the puck was bouncing a little bit, and they got the stick on the puck, and I just gotta be aware he's coming out of the box, so it's on me.
What's the key for the second unit? You guys don't get a lot of time. What do you have to do to make the most of that?
Yeah, I think getting the zone and then get pucks on net. As I said, we don't get a lot of time, so a lot of times ends up being 5-on-5. So just kind of get the puck in the zone and make some plays.
At this point, where do you feel your game's at right now?
I don't feel top of my game. I'm struggling a little bit right now, so just trying to grind through it and hopefully find my groove again.
What do you think it is? Is it the rhythm? Is it just kind of pause or when it's season? Is there anything you can kind of point your finger at?
I don't know. I think every season players go through a little bit of adversity, and that's what I'm doing right now. So as I said, I'm just trying to grind through it, and I'm sure I'll find my level again.
What challenges does Dallas present to win?
It's been a top team in the league all year, so they have a lot of skill all throughout their lineup. So got to be a full 60 minutes where we defend hard and execute on our chances while we get them.
How did you find things coming off the high ankle sprain? Like, what sort of challenge did that present to you in this season?
Yeah, no, it was fine. I think I played pretty solid coming back from it. I think that I'm grinding through it, and hopefully I'll find my usual level again.
Do you still feel the injury at all, or is it like completely just gone and done with?
I don't think about it, so it's gone, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tyler, just what's the focus for the second power play unit when you guys jump on the ice? You don't have a lot of time. How do you maximize that?
Yeah, I think we only had 2 power plays last game, and one kind of was a 4-on-4, and then the other one they scored. So, when we get out there, we just got to do our job and try to get shots on net and create some offense.
Timothy, obviously taking responsibility for what happened on the McLean goal there. Is there anything in that sequence that could be done to help him out in that situation?
I didn't even see it, honestly.
Okay. Are you superstitious at all? Like, I mean, it feels like you can't, the puck is not bouncing your way right now.
No, I'm not superstitious. And yeah, I mean, we had some good looks as a line last night, and continue to do that, and we'll get our chances, and eventually one will go in.
How do you personally handle it when the puck isn't going in a stretch like this?
Just got to keep working hard. Keep trying to do the right things. We're getting the look, so eventually, like I said, one will go in.
What do you see as the biggest challenge Dallas presents?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've got good depth, good goaltending, very skilled offensively, and it's going to be a good test for us at home to rebound after last game.
What was your sense of John coming off the break? It looked like maybe he had a little bit of extra jump. What was your feel of him last night?
Yeah, I mean, he's always got extra jump. He got some Florida sun in him, so he was very good last night. He's our leader and someone we rely on, and he shows up in big moments.
Our play scored in back-to-back games. I know separated by the break, but what's your sense of kind of the unit right now, where you guys are at?
Yeah, I think we're seeing some momentum built. Obviously, get some results is always good, but especially I think a couple goals at critical points. I mean, they're always anytime you get power plays whenever they come. It's unsure of the situation and whatnot, and you want to be effective and produce or generate momentum. But certainly they've come at times where we could really use a goal, and we've been able to find a way. And I think it's been just through our execution and the details of the unit and just the group kind of being really connected, being together, knowing where our outs are, getting to our spots, moving the puck quickly, not trying to do too much, and with pace, quickness that we talk about, that we find is really effective for our group. So good things to build on.
Timothy Liljegren took responsibility for letting McLean get behind him on that play last night and says he's kind of fighting it right now. I'm just curious, is there anything you feel like you guys can do to support him?
Well, I think like anyone, over a long season, not every night's your best night. And sometimes on those nights when the results as a group don't go well, things like that stand out more, and I think it's just to remind him that he's obviously played some great hockey for us throughout his time here this season, and how much we rely on him, and obviously how good he is. So not to let one mistake put that all on his shoulders, just accept responsibility like you did, and just get back to playing his game, believing in himself, and knowing that he's got all our support. So just go out there and play and compete and not worry about one mistake.
What challenges does Dallas present? And really, you guys have played most of the Western teams pretty close this year.
Yeah, I mean, all year has been just see how tight the league is, how competitive it is, and obviously Dallas being a real veteran team that's had a lot of success over the last number of years. Solid goaltending, a lot of depth up front, and very well-rounded defense. Obviously, when you got a player like Heiskanen as well, just his dynamic ability. So, they're going to be very structured. They're going to compete very hard. Like I said, veteran team. So, their game management, game awareness, really good, and just really going to have to earn your time and space, and all those details in the game that have to be really, really good. So, they do a really good job at the net front, tipping pucks and making you defend really well. They obviously got one of the best in Pavelski, and a lot of other guys do it very well too. So we know it's going to be a tough test, and obviously a tough one for us to swallow last night. So great chance to bounce back and get on the right side of it.
When you guys are on the power play, I'm curious just how you know when you don't score, like when's the right time to change. Obviously your unit is going to get the majority of the time, usually, understandably so, but how do you kind of gauge that aspect of it?
Well, I think certainly, recognizing obviously your energy and your ability to, when the puck changes hands, knowing that whether you're on the power play or not, needing the energy to be able to defend and understanding the counters that teams present shorthanded. I think in the league these days, I think with the Islanders, Holmstrom, I think leads the league in shorthanded goals. So, just understanding how teams try to counter and take advantage of a team being so aggressive because they're on the power play. Energy is a key one, and obviously I think just we got a lot of skill, talent, and ability on both groups, and knowing that they can go out there and do a job for us. So, yeah, it's on us to make sure that we recognize that and understanding, once you get around a minute there, a little bit north of a minute, that, it's probably going to be a good time unless you're really hemming things in and creating looks that, we got to be aware of that and knowing when to change.
Sheldon had mentioned you're probably one of the few guys who packed his gear during the bye week. How much do you actually skate during that so-called break,
I skated twice. I skated Thursday, Friday. So for me, it's a long break, and being through it, it's been times where I have skated, I haven't skated, and you just find after 4 or 5 days, it's really good to kind of get moving, get the feel for obviously the game and feeling the puck, and even just physically getting a sweat and getting your heart rate back up and those types of things is, obviously last night just shows us how competitive it is. And, when you take advantage of some of the rest, it's really good, but it's important. I was kind of saying the other day or yesterday, just to build things back up and get ready to play. And that's what I need to do to get ready. So everyone's a little bit different, but for me, that's what I think is best to prepare and make the most of a break like we had.
Sheldon, what was your sense of the All-Star guys coming off the break and where their energy levels were at last night?
I thought guys played well. I thought they fought through any sort of fatigue that they may be experiencing. like I said, I thought those guys played well, had lots of jump. Maybe not as much as others. Like, you can see that the break really benefited someone like John. But, I still thought that those guys had plenty of opportunities to win the game for us. They come through for us on the power play in the third period there. So, not the same type of break that, quite honestly, that you'd like to have them have, but it's part of the deal, right? And it's an honor to be an all-star, particularly in our city and all of that. And there's lots of other players on other teams going through the exact same thing. But I didn't see it affect their game yesterday. I thought, coming in here today is probably a lot for them. But I do think it's also important for us to sort of get the team on the same page here. We can't just, as difficult as it is, because we've got different players that have experienced different things with their break, we got to get the team back going together on the same page in terms of their scheduling and being able to practice together.
Timothy said he's been battling with his game as of late. What's the message to him? What have you noticed about his game?
Well, the message is just, stay with him. Well, he's a good player. He's played very well for us over his time here. And even last night through the game, there's a number of good things he did for us in the game. So it's just more embrace those things, focus on those things. He's a young guy. I thought it's taken big steps in his game, over the last year, and then coming into this year, there's an expectation all of a sudden. Not just a young guy that's kind of finding his way, but for us, he's an established NHL player that's looking to take on more, and that hasn't gone as well as he would expect or we would have hoped, but doesn't mean that he's still not doing good things, capable of good things, and the other part of it is, you get injured. That doesn't help. That disrupts momentum and then throws off rhythm and all of those kind of things, and you got to get back up to speed. So it's all part of being a player in the league. And he took one step as a young player in terms of establishing himself. Now there's a little bit of adversity there, but he's a good player for us, and we'll continue to encourage him and work with him and get more from him, because even, like I said, even watching the game back last night, there's a number of really good things that he does for us, and we need to focus on those.
There's a million rumors out there about defensemen, which we realize is not your department, but what's your confidence level that as time goes on in the next few weeks, you can get the whole unit playing a little better, playing a little tighter?
Yeah, I do.
Areas,
I do have confidence in that. Like, to me, like I've been talking about it with you guys and with our team, it's a matter of consistency for us. It's not about what we're capable of, it's about what we can do consistently. And I think, we've got different players going through different things, but, coming off the break here now and sort of the final stretch, within, in the distance here, you've got to embrace what's ahead, and I think it's a good time for our guys to really pull together. Tree's going to do what managers do behind the scenes, and always trying to make the team better. And we have discussions every day about it. Yet, from my perspective, we've got a good team here. We've got good players. As coaching staff, we need to do a better job with them and work with them and help them to recognize our own role in getting the team to play it to its potential. And I think we've done that. I would say about 50% of the games we've been really good. That's not enough. That's not enough in the NHL. And all of a sudden, we're not scoring to the same level that we have here in the last while. And then, like a night like last night, there's some moments in the game that really stand out and really, hurt us. Where if we score a little bit more, you kind of, you're able to address those in meetings and in practice, but you kind of press on and you start talking about, how it feels good to get a win coming off the break and all these kind of things. But, all of a sudden you don't score on some of your chances, and a couple of ringing off the posts, and now you focus on other things. But process on a game like last night, I liked. Like a lot of our games, we outchanced them pretty significantly. We got opportunities to to score and don't take advantage of it, and then we make mistakes at critical times, which has been happening far too frequently, and that's obviously where we've got to clean up and do a much better job. And thought we did good things our game prior to that in Winnipeg, but not the case last night, despite the fact that we come back and tie the game.
Timothy took responsibility for the mistake on the McLean goal, but I'm curious, as you look at that sequence, are there other breakdowns that lead to that, or is it just on him and he can't let that happen?
Well, there's a number of breakdowns on the entire power play in general. So there's other pieces there. It's not just Lily. It's recognizing where to put the puck late in the power play. It's recognizing where you're at on your shift and all those types of things. I made a decision on that particular power play. It was at about a minute into the power play. I kept our top guys out there, and then it was our third face-off that we had, and third stoppage of play within the first minute. So I thought our guys had some energy to stay out there. All of a sudden, now you don't break out, and now you're getting in real late in your shift. So we didn't get in, and then we didn't manage it well from there. As a fresh defenseman coming on the ice, you have a responsibility for a guy coming out of the box to know that, and we didn't manage that well. But certainly there's things there that everybody has to own, including myself.